Balor just provided a whole lot of new information regarding the Demon, so we'll see what he revealed. We'll also check out what's up with Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, and more. Starting things off with Finn Balor and his reveal about the Demon persona. Dressing up in the body paint has always been a signature thing for Finn Balor to do during his rise in the wrestling industry. It really helped to catch people's attention and was something that really made him go viral in the early days of his career. And when he came over to NXT, there was a lot of hype and questioning about if WWE would still allow him to use body paint in any capacity. And we eventually saw the answer was yes. WWE took the body paint action and turned it into a deep alter ego for Finn Balor known as the Demon. As far as Finn's NXT run goes, it's hard to really criticize and complain about anything there. It was a solid run that saw him capture the NXT Championship, and the usage of the Demon persona was pretty much flawless. The issue with the Finn's Demon persona pretty much started immediately when he got to the main roster. Something about how it was used on the main roster felt really off and wasn't on the same level of how it was used in NXT. Finn would eventually drop the Demon persona for a handful of years before bringing it back to face Roman Reigns in 2021. And even after taking a break from the persona for several years, that 2021 match was a horrific return for the persona. The Demon ended up losing that match due to the top rope mysteriously snapping, and that was that. The Demon persona would not appear again after that until 2023 at WrestleMania 39 for the Hell in a Cell match against Edge, in which, once again, the Demon picked up another big loss on the biggest stage of the year. And there were some new reports that recently came out about this outcome. According to some recently revealed texts, it seems like Triple H's outcome for the match was the Demon defeating Edge. But since Vince McMahon was allegedly controlling things from the shadows during that time period, Vince McMahon was reportedly the one who wanted Edge to beat the Demon. So the main roster has been a nightmare for the Demon persona. The Demon has only been seen twice since 2021, and both of those big matches featured him losing in them. So if you're looking for the last time the Demon won a match, you probably have to go all the way back until mid-2019. It was definitely a long time since that persona picked up a win. Well, Finn Balor recently sat down with Cody Rhodes, and Finn went into some great detail about what he himself feels like went wrong with the Demon persona on the main roster in WWE. Finn had this to say about the situation, quote, "Once I came to WWE, it kind of got muddled up a little bit, and there had to be a reason for why the Demon appeared. It always had to be storyline based and advertised. In my mind, it was always just a cool entrance. It was something that changed me into like Braveheart puts on the battle paint and he goes to war. That's the way it was for me. But in WWE, it had to be, well, what made him turn into the Demon? He had to get beat up and beat down and pushed to the limit to then turn into this monster. So then it became to the point where Finn wasn't good enough, only the Demon could win. So then Finn was lesser than the Demon, where they're supposed to be the same. So that was the one issue I had with it. The other issue I had with it was always advertised, which I like it to be a surprise, like, oh, the Demon's here, end quote. And Finn's absolutely nailing it right there. That was the main problem. Finn always viewed himself as being equal to the Demon, that they were more than capable of both winning big matches on their own. But with how WWE went booking it, it made it seem like the Demon was the unstoppable force and that the regular Finn could not win at all, that he had to rely on the Demon, and that's where everything fell apart. And the other issue that Finn had with the usage was that it can never be a surprise. He wanted to just randomly pop out with paint on from time to time as a big surprise, but that never happened at all. Every appearance from the Demon was pretty much spoiled and advertised way in advance, which Finn did not enjoy. He always wanted it to be a surprise for fans and make unannounced appearances as the Demon, but that never really happened. Finn also noted that he would be open to bringing the persona back, but how he's going to need a little bit of control over it in order for it to be successful, like it was before. And that's another good point. When it comes to a special character like the Demon, sometimes the best person to trust and listen to in regards to the character is the creator themselves. Maybe if they do give Finn a little bit of creative control over the Demon's usage in the future, maybe he could set it up to be successful again. However, there's no confirmed word or rumors about when the Demon could make a return. Fans did notice that WWE has been uploading a few of the Demon's matches to their social media and digital platforms as of late. So some fans are now wondering if that could be a sign for his return, or if it's them uploading the matches just for fun. It's going to be going on 3 years since we've seen the Demon, so fans will have to be on the lookout for his potential return. But like Finn said in the past, it cannot happen just randomly. There has to be a purpose and good story behind the Demon appearing again, so the wait will continue there. Becky Lynch did what she said she was going to do. She got her Intercontinental Championship back. During the first Raw of 2026, Becky Lynch pinned Maxxine Dupri by holding the ropes and sneaking away with the title win. Becky becomes the first ever 2-time Women's Intercontinental Champion, and she's been rubbing her title win in everyone's face that doubted her. She even sent out a series of tweets calling out Maxxine Dupri, saying that Maxxine should have been training more instead of making wedding TikToks. And Becky even suggested a name change for the Women's Intercontinental title, saying that it should be called the Galactic Championship, since she's the greatest champion in the galaxy. So what's coming next for Becky Lynch? Well, it sounds like what we discussed earlier in the week has an even stronger chance of happening now, and that's AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 42. Earlier in the week, we discussed that possibility as a non-title singles match, but now that Becky has the Intercontinental title back in her possession, you do get the sense that they're setting the foundation for Becky versus AJ for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 42. You can argue that the seeds were literally planted from day one of AJ's return back in September. The first night of AJ's return featured AJ stealing the Intercontinental title and posing with it all night long. AJ even took the title home with her that night and showed up to Raw a few days later with the title around her waist. So technically speaking, AJ has shown interest in that title since day one of her being back in WWE. And now that Becky has the title again, and especially since Maxxine was robbed of the title, that could be the opportunity for AJ to avenge Maxxine and take the title off Becky herself at WrestleMania 42. So that would be quite the rich story and high-profile match for the Women's Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. The only issue fans are talking about right now is how rough it could be to see a title reign from AJ Lee, since she's on a very, very limited WWE schedule. So if she wins the title at WrestleMania, is she going to disappear for a few months? Would she be appearing more frequently if she was the champion? Those are the type of questions fans are asking if this Becky and AJ match does end up happening at WrestleMania. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys!